Alright, next team up for grading is mine, the Demarius Targaryen. My keeper was Adrian Peterson, he's been my keeper for a while. He's still really good. I had a trouble trying between him and David Johnson, but overall went for AP just because of the track record. Second round pick, I grabbed Ezekiel Elliott. Maybe it's a little bit early for a rookie running back, but with that offensive line, and now with Romo out, they're probably going to run a decent amount. So with Elliott, I think that it was a good call. I really wanted a wide receiver, but nobody was there that was worth it to me. So starting with my running back starters were, AP and Elliott, and then also I have LeGarrette Blount on the bench there. Justin Forsett, who already got cut, so that one didn't pan out as well. And DeAndre Washington, the backup for the Oakland Raiders. And then I also grabbed Alfred Morris with the expectation that if Elliott does get hurt, he would be the guy that would step in for him because, McFadden can't even stay healthy right now. So overall, with the running backs, I think are pretty solid. I think that it gives me the obviously top two that I'm looking at right there, and then everybody else is kind of bye-week fill-ins or emergency situation injury prone. So as far as it goes with wide receivers, then my top three are Keenan Allen, Demaryius Thomas, and Jeremy Maclin. Picked them consecutively in rounds 3, 4, and 5. Demaryius Thomas, everybody's worried about the drop-off from Peyton Manning, but as I've said before, he had 1,000 yards with Tim Tebow. I think he'll be all right. They're going to have to throw to somebody, and he's the best target that they have. Keenan Allen was on a tear last year before he got hurt. It wasn't like an ACL or Achilles or anything like that. He did what Andrew Luck did, had his spleen ruptured or whatnot. So as far as athletic ability, it shouldn't be any hindrances on there. And I think he played 8 weeks last year and had 750 yards and like 6 touchdowns. So if he continues at like 60 catches, so if he does anything close to that, he's going to be a pretty good wide receiver to have. He's probably on the middle to low end of wide receiver 1, but then with Demaryius Thomas is definitely a wide receiver 2, probably with upside of 1, and Jeremy Maclin is a wide receiver 2. So I think it evens out with that because, with Maclin had 1,000 yards and 8 TDs last year. Demaryius, his numbers, you can't really use from last year. And overall, I think that's going to be a solid 3 people to have. And then I took a flyer with Kobe Fleener on tight end. That could be a huge risk, and I don't have any other tight ends on my roster, but I feel like he's going to step into New Orleans and he's going to take the place of not necessarily the Jimmy Graham aspect, but Ben Watson still had a really good year there, as well as losing Colston. I think those red zone targets could go to Fleener, following his little bit of sloppy hand play. If he can actually catch the ball some, I think it's going to be beneficial. I grabbed Philip Rivers as my QB1. I was a little frustrated after I took him, where the other quarterbacks I thought at the same level he took a couple rounds later. I could have probably got a little bit more depth of wide receiver, things of that nature. But I'm happy with who I have. He's a 4,000-yard guy. He's going to throw touchdowns, so I'm happy with that. Like I said, backup running back wise, LeGarrette Blount was my next pick. But we've gone through those. Wide receiver wise, I grabbed Michael Thomas, the rookie out of the Saints. I think he's going to have a pretty solid year. But once again, he's a guy that I just need as bye-week fill-in, hopefully. And then Chris Hogan, they gave him money, and I think he's going to be a guy that's, a Julian Edelman-esque, kind of that, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. So hopefully he pans out there as well. But I definitely am a little bit weak on the wide receivers as far as outside of my top 3. So injuries could cause me to have quite a downfall. And backup quarterback, second to last round, took a flyer on Dak Prescott. The expectation is I'm starting Philip Rivers every week. I want to see what Dak does early. If he sucks, then he'll be not on my team anymore. There's plenty of good quarterbacks to put bye-week fill-in in this league. So hopefully that all works out. Like I said, I think that with the running backs that I have, there's a very good chance that both of them are 1,000-yard guys, and a very good chance that both of them have over 10 touchdowns, which I don't know if any other team in this league might have that. It's a risk with Ezekiel Elliott, but I think that it's a well-risked play to do, especially in a second-round draft pick look. But with the wide receivers I was still capable of getting, I think that this team's going to be pretty solid. Overall, though, I would put myself at an A. I think that wide receiver-wise, I'm strong. Running back-wise, I'm strong. Quarterback-wise, I'm going to be fine. And then the only big weakness is, the tight end play. If Fleemer flops, then I'm in trouble. But they gave him a lot of money. They're expecting to throw him the ball, and hopefully that's the case. So I expect my team to be back in the playoffs. Will be the #1 overall seed? Probably not, but I think that I'll be in the top half. Probably win my division. So overall, I'd give this team an A.